You notice they're basically going to change up the whole thing on the masses, the whole laws as far as how you travel. Yes, identification changing, no doubt about it. So one time you could just move around with an ID, then they start talking about driver's license. Now you go talk about passport. Basically, you go have to need a passport to travel on a plane, city to city. Wow, that's some dumb shit they're pulling off on the masses. But we go get to it. Basically, give you the history of this driver's license. First of all, we go get in it and break it.
I am your permit to drive an automobile. Your license to use the highway system of the United States.
If you notice, this is what it used to look like back in the days. Just a piece of damn paper right there. You see it? Of course.
I am only a card in your wallet or purse, yet I unroll before your eyes a magic carpet, the millions of miles of highways and byways that crisscross the nation.
If you notice, this person right here mentioned highway. And I'm going to show you people that they trick the masses as far as the ID concerned. You know what I mean? You don't need the ID to drive. But basically, it's just a trickery they got for the masses for you to live in Babylon. Of course, no way you need a driver's license to move around, do your personal business. And I'm going to break it down. Let it run.
I am your round-trip travel ticket, your passport to pleasure. With me, you can motor from the Atlantic to the Pacific,
Yes, it's a privilege.
from the Gulf to the Great Lakes. You can travel with me as your only identification. I am the only commuter's ticket you need to drive to and from school or work, day after day, year after year. I have become vital to more than 50 million people in this land of ours.
Of course. Back then, 50 million people have the driver's license just like that because it's a necessity, basically. You can't work without it. That's what it is. It's basically a privilege if you want to be real. It is a privilege so you can use the roads of Babylon that they basically built for you. No doubt about it. And watch this right here. Let it run.
I am their constant companion. I go with them wherever they go. The farmer on his way at sunup. The bus driver. The truck driver. The ambulance driver. The policeman. The cab driver. No matter who they are, no matter where they are, I am with them. With me in their possession, the drivers of our millions of rubber-tired vehicles help keep turning the wheels of our national economy, whether they roll over highway or city street. For in the past 25 years, driving has opened the gate of commerce between city and farm, factory and consumer.
See, they're bringing in cars after cars after cars so they could get you tied up in this satanic word. Of course, that's what it is. Back then, that's how they do it. No doubt about it. They'd start bringing in these cars. And of course, I already told you about it yesterday. As far as how the gasoline was created, it's basically a waste material. And they start making cars so we can use that waste material. And of course, you're only going to depend on that shit. And of course, they can move the price up and down on your ass. But you have to buy it because you need it.
With me in their possession, the daily life of millions has taken on new meaning. The family, the individual, has a freedom of movement so new it did not exist.
Yeah, what they say, freedom of movement, because you can't move around unless you have it, the piece of paper they call a driver's license, with them modernized now, turn it into a damn card. But back then it more looked like a business card, you get it? Just a piece of paper that you're required to have before you can drive. And of course that's
In the youth even of our own parents. For the automobile has brought with it, in less than a lifetime, a new
lifetime. They bring it in real fast. and the
Way of
masses.
life, a new standard of living, a standard of living matched by no other nation in the world. Because of the automobile, new industries have taken their place on our national landscape to add billions to our wealth by providing goods, services, and job opportunities undreamed of only yesterday. Our whole way of living has become geared to the automobile.
Yes,
I am your firm.
and believe it or not, people, a lot of times when I say it, then people laugh. But there's almost more cars than human beings. That's what you need to know. They got so many cars, you can't believe it. If you go and look in certain lots, even gas station got car lining out in it. Car sales. What going on? Where they get so much car from? I told you, Obama came in with the so-called cash for clunkers. It was a fake shit, 100% in. So the cars that they so-called demolish, they're still right here. They never moved them. Of course, they never demolished the older cars that they claim that messing up the ozone layer and causing global warming. Of course, they never throw them away. It's all by design for people to buy new cars. Of course, it was a trick. A lot of cars in this world. Of course, people have to drive them.
Your license.
And to add to that, they charge motherfuckers to remove them.
Your permission to drive. I am a privilege and an obligation.
Insurance.
Your obligation to drive skillfully, carefully, and legally.
Legally, that's the biggest part. Okay, no doubt about it. It's legal driving. You gotta have the driver's license. You already know what you go through to get it, and they keep tightening up, so it's harder for you to get a driver's license. Of course, that's how they do it. Here comes the insurance now, because you're gonna need it if you're a driver. Of course, all of it tied to the Babylon system that we now live in.
This year, there will again be thousands of innocent victims of those who will not recognize this obligation. I will be among the last papers of tens of thousands who will have no further use for me. I may be merely a means of identification of almost 1 million whose injuries may be permanent. 1 million accident victims whose numbers contain twice as many 15 to 24-year-old drivers as any other.
Wow.
Over and over, I ask myself, why? Is it the supposed thoughtlessness of youth that takes such a toll? Is it inexperience that leads to the taking of foolish chances? Is it the failure of adults to teach the young people the right way to drive?
Trust me, all of that keep their fucking system in rotation. Of course, they will give you a driver's license as soon as you get to 15, 16 years old in a lot of states. Of course, that's how they do it. The quicker they get you on the road, the deeper they get in your pocket. With insurance, if you're driving, of course, you have to have insurance, no doubt about it. And the insurance setup so complicated now, you can't even do without it if you're not driving. Of course, they still want you to have it, even if you're not driving, of course.
Or is it my fault? Have I allowed myself to become taken for granted? I try to tell people when they write their names across my face that they're signing more than a signature, that they are signing a pledge to be the kind of driver they want others to be.
Sign your life away.
I try to tell people that as a nation of more than 50 million drivers, we owe to each other the...
See, watch this right here. You see what they used to let them do? Take a pledge right there for the driver's license. You see this? Of course, satanic shit, and you get indulged in it all the way.
courtesy, the fair play each of us expects.
Fair play.
As a nation, we set great store by sportsmanship. Almost all of us at some time play the game. And no matter what the game may be, it has its rules. Rules of courtesy and fairness and sportsmanship.
But you gotta understand, people, of course, this is worldwide, and a lot of people don't get it. They just don't adapt system from other country just like that. You understand? Everything is tied together. The whole wide world is tied in one. That's why you see they implement the same system everywhere you go. You have to have a driver's license to drive anywhere in the world. Of course, it's a worldwide system they set up for the masses, talking like it's only in America. Of course, it's a worldwide system set up, a Babylon system. You have to get in it to live. There you go.
For the